Sir, this is T. Kushi from ITA and my roll number is 37. And my topic for Tech Talk concept video in chemistry is air pollution and control measures of air pollution. So coming to what is pollution? Pollution may be defined as an undesirable change in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of air, water, and land that may be harmful to human life and other animals, living conditions, industrial processes, and cultural assets. So, pollution can be natural or man made. The agents that produce pollution are called as pollutants. Coming to air pollution. So, what is air pollution? Air pollution refers to any physical, chemical, or biological change in the air. It is the contamination of air by harmful gases, dust, and smoke, which affects plants, animals, and humans drastically. There is a certain percentage of gases present in the atmosphere. An increase or decrease in the composition of these gases is harmful to the survival. This imbalance in the Earth's crust or in the gaseous composition has resulted in an increase in Earth's temperature, which is known as global warming. Types of air pollution. There are two types of air pollutants, that is, primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. Coming to the primary pollutants, the pollutants that directly cause air pollution are known as primary pollutants. Sulfur dioxide emitted from factories is a primary pollutant. Coming to the secondary pollutants, the pollutants formed by intermingling and reaction of primary pollutants are known as secondary pollutants. Smog formed by the intermingling of smoke and fog is a secondary pollutant. So here you can see 5 major pollutants that are carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, particulate matter, and ground level oxygen. And the side flowchart also, you can see some of the common air pollutants that are carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, photochemical oxidants, hydrocarbons, particulate matter, etc. So coming to the air pollutants, CO2 causes nausea and headache. It leads to greenhouse effect and rise in temperature, which may lead to melting of ice and may cause floods. CO is produced by incomplete combustion of fuels, and if inhaled, it combines with hemoglobin and reduces its oxygen carrying capacity and causes laziness and reduced vision. Coming to nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide, that is NO and NO2, these are released by automobiles and chemical industries, and they lead to lower oxygen carrying capacity of blood. Coming to SO3 and SO2, that is sulfur trioxide and sulfur dioxide, these are produced by burning of coal and petroleum, and these gases harm to the buildings, animals, and clothing. And high concentration of sulfur dioxide, that is SO2, causes chlorosis, that is yellowing of leaves, and plasmolysis, damage to mucous membrane, and metabolic inhibition. These gases form acids and may lead to acid rains. Nitrogen oxides, in the presence of sunlight, react with unburnt hydrocarbons to form PAN, that is peroxyacyl nitrate, ozone, and some other complex organic compounds in the air. So, causes of air pollution. What are the main causes of air pollution? Burning of fossil fuels, agricultural activities, exhaust from factories and industries, mining operations, indoor air pollution, suspended particulate matter. So let us know about these in a detail. Causes of air pollution. The first one is burning of fossil fuels. The combustion of fossil fuels emits a large amount of sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide released by incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, and this results in air pollution. Next is automobiles. The gases emitted from vehicles such as jeeps, trucks, cars, buses, etc. pollute the environment. These are the major sources of greenhouse gases and also result in diseases among individuals. Mainly, carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides are major pollutants. Coming to agricultural activities, ammonia is one of the most hazardous gases emitted during agricultural activities. The insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers emit harmful chemicals in the atmosphere and contaminate it. Factories and industries. Factories and industries are the main source of carbon monoxide, organic compounds, hydrocarbons, and chemicals. These are released into the air, degrading its quality. Next is mining activities. In the mining process, the minerals below the earth are extracted using large pieces of equipment. The dust and chemicals released during the process not only pollute the air but also deteriorate the health of the workers and people living in the nearby areas. And the next is domestic sources. The household cleaning products and paints contain toxic chemicals that are released in the air. The smell from the newly painted walls is the smell of the chemicals present in the paints. It not only pollutes the air but also affects the breathing. So in this picture, you're able to see a pie chart in which 57% of the pollution is due to the transportation and rest 21% is due to fuel combustion, and the 12% it is because of industries, and 10% it is miscellaneous activities, some other activities like domestic services or mining and all comes under this miscellaneous, and this consists of 10%. So from the pie chart we're knowing that 57% of the pollution is due to transportation. Effects of air pollution. So what are the diseases caused due to air pollution? Air pollution has resulted in several respiratory disorders and heart diseases among humans. The causes of lung cancer have increased in the last few decades. Children living near polluted areas are more prone to pneumonia and asthma. And during pregnancy, it causes miscarriages as well as premature birth and spectrum disorder in young children. Many people die every year due to the direct or indirect effects of air pollution. Coming to global warming, due to the emission of greenhouse gases, there is an imbalance in the gaseous composition of the air. This has led to an increase in the temperature of the earth. This increase in Earth's temperature is known as global warming, and this has resulted in the melting of glaciers and an increase in sea levels. Many areas are submerged under water because of this global warming. And coming to acid rains, the burning of fossil fuels releases harmful gases such as nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides in the air. The water droplets combined with these pollutants become acidic and fall as acid rain, which damages human, animal, and plant life. And the major default of these acid rains are that the soil around is getting polluted, and if you're growing any plants or any vegetables in those plants, they are getting degraded, and it is adversely affecting both the life of humans as well as animals. And coming to ozone layer depletion, the release of chlorofluorocarbons, halogens, and hydrochlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere is a major source or cause of depletion of the ozone layer. The depleting ozone layer does not prevent the harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun and causes skin diseases and eye problems among individuals. Effect on animals. The air pollutants suspended on the water bodies have an adverse effect on aquatic life. Pollution also compels the animals to leave their habitat and shift to a new place. This renders them stray and has also led to the extinction of a large number of animal species. So in this picture, in the first picture, you're able to see the smog formed on the roads. So smog is a combination of smoke and fog, and this is caused due to the pollution, and mainly this is seen in places or areas where there is high pollution, and one of the best example is Delhi. So in winters in Delhi, due to the formation, not only in winters but due to the high level of pollution, in the morning hours of the day, people are unable to drive the cars due to the formation of smog, which is a mixture of smoke plus fog, and Delhi is one of the very good example, and we have seen this scenario in Delhi. And coming to the health effects of pollution on human, so it is causing nerve damage, and it is causing cardiovascular illness, and there are many chances of facing cancer, different types of cancer, that is lung cancer or skin cancer, due to the air pollution, and it's causing nausea, it is causing asthma, skin irritation and all. And it is also air pollution is also contaminating the soil, and it is causing an adverse effect on the ozone layer also, due to which ultraviolet rays, which have to be protected from ozone, are entering into the earth's surface, and which is leading to many skin allergies and problems in vision for humans. So in this picture, you're going to see the mechanism of the air pollution. How is the air getting polluted? What are the pollutants? And what are the diseases it is causing, that is respiratory diseases or contamination of soil, or it is forming acid rains and etc. So you can, and the ozone depletion, these are all shown in this picture, the mechanism of air pollution. So coming to air pollution control. So to control air pollution, the first thing is avoid using vehicles. People should avoid using vehicles for shorter distances. Rather, they should use or prefer public modes of transport to travel from one place to another. This not only prevents pollution but also conserves energy. Next is energy conservation. A large number of fossil fuels are burnt to generate electricity. Therefore, do not forget to switch off the electrical appliances when not in use. Thus, you can save the environment at the individual level. Use of energy efficient devices such as CFLs also controls pollution to a greater level. Use of clean energy resources. The use of solar, wind, and geothermal energies reduce air pollution at a larger level. Various countries, including India, have implemented the use of these resources as a step towards a cleaner environment. So other air pollution control measures include by minimizing and reducing the use of fire and fire products. And the next is, since industrial emissions are one of the major causes of air pollution, the pollutants can be controlled or treated at the source itself to reduce its effects. For example, if the reactions of a certain raw material yield a pollutant, then the raw materials can be substituted with other less polluting materials. Fuel substitution is another way of controlling air pollution. In many parts of India, petrol and diesel are being replaced by CNGs, that is compressed natural gas fueled vehicles. These are mostly adopted by vehicles that aren't fully operating with idle emission engines. Using unleaded petrol and fuels with low sulfur and ash content will also reduce air pollution. And the next main thing is that although there are many practices in India which focuses on repairing the quality of air, most of them are either forgotten or not being enforced properly. There are still a lot of vehicles on roads which haven't been tested for vehicle emissions. So while using a vehicle, whether it is having that it is being tested or not, we have to keep that in mind and then only use those vehicles. So we have to make sure that the vehicles are tested for vehicle emissions and it can be used in a proper way, in a legal way, and it is good for our environment and it is also good for our health. And another way of controlling air pollution caused by industries is to modify and maintain existing pieces of equipment so that the emission of pollutants is minimized. Sometimes controlling pollutants at the source is not possible. So in that case, we can have a process control equipment to control the pollution. A very effective way of controlling air pollution is by diluting the air pollutants. The last and the best way of reducing the ill effects of air pollution is tree plantation. Plants and trees reduce a large number of pollutants in the air. Ideally, planting trees in areas of high pollution levels will be extremely effective. So as you can see in the picture, that is reuse, reduce and recycle. So this is also one of the best method to reduce air pollution, because sometimes using a thing again and again, and so it will reduce the energy needed. That means energy needed or electricity, whatever needed, it will reduce. For example, if you are reusing a plastic bottle, so the amount of energy used to make a new bottle, instead of that we are using it again, so we are conserving the energy. That means we are conserving the electricity. That means parallelly electricity is produced by burning of fossil fuels, and due to the burning of fossil fuels, a huge level of air pollution is produced. So in that cases, when you're reusing some things, so you're conserving electricity, so burning of fossil fuels will be reduced a bit. We cannot say completely it will be reduced, but a bit of the burning of fossil fuels will be reduced. So one of the best method to reduce air pollution is reuse, reduce and recycle. And the best and the cheapest way is plantation of trees, that is afforestation, because plants take in all the unwanted gases, mainly carbon dioxide and all. It takes in and releases oxygen, which is very good for humans or other living organisms, and it does not cause any harm. So for that reason, plants are very useful in reducing air pollution. So in this PPT, we have learned what is air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution, what are the effects of air pollution, and how to control air pollution. So all topics are covered in this PPT, and the best way to control air pollution is plantation of trees, and it is very cheap and it is very easy also to do, and every individual person can plant trees and they can start at their individual level, and every person should take an initiative, and they have to plant trees so that the air pollution will be reduced and the future generation will not face any problems. Thank you.